I got it all over your lips.
Yep, Philip is Courtney's new 66-year-old boyfriend, and I'm living with them. Bet you didn't see that one coming.
When Emma storms into the room and locks eyes with Elise, she doesn't waste even a second on pleasantries. She cuts straight to the bone, voice shaking but steady, demanding to know if Elise tried to get with Rob behind her back. The air turns heavy, everyone in the house frozen, even the cameras seem to hesitate, waiting to see if Elise is going to crumble or fight back. Rob is the living ghost at the center of the drama, and in that one moment, all the messy after dark whispers of the season come alive in daylight. It's the kind of accusation that can ruin trust forever, and Elise, usually unbothered, can't hide her shock. Her eyes flick to where Josh is lurking just out of sight, searching for any trace of support or maybe even a hint of jealousy. Around them, the house is holding its breath, because they all know this isn't just between two girls over a guy. This is about loyalties, image, and how fast your world can collapse when secrets don't stay buried. In this friend group, everyone's history feels like ammunition. Josh and Elise, they're practically the definition of roller coaster. Last week, it was soulmate tattoos and one-way tickets to new continents. This week, it's who texted whom at 2 a.m. and whether trust is something you can buy, or if it's already been sold to the highest bidder. Nat haunts every conversation, her old living arrangement, with Josh still driving Elise crazy. Every shadow hinting at love triangles that refuse to stay in the past. Meanwhile, Chris sticks close to Josh like a watchdog. But even the most loyal friends get tired when the drama is endless, and facts keep twisting like the plot of a soap opera. Right now, group chats are lighting up with speculation, accusations, and the kind of cryptic screenshots that can break up couples in one tap. The trust fund whispers real or not circle every fight, raising the stakes with every uncomfortable silence and nervous glance. The only thing more uncertain than where Josh stands is whether any apology could put this friend group back together. I'm Aliva from Reality Sport, and if you can pick a side in this mess, you're way ahead of me. Hit subscribe and drop your take. Is Elise the villain, or is Emma out for blood? But Emma's voice gets sharper and more emotional, the confrontation boiling over, and Elise finds herself exposed with nowhere to run. You won't believe how the next few minutes spiral. So stay locked in. Rewind to the night Elise booked that one-way ticket for Josh. Everything felt like the kind of reckless, beautiful risk you take when you're desperately hoping love can burn away the lies. She packed her bags for Australia, chasing the idea that changing continents might finally change the relationship. Only, the moment the wheels touched down, the fighting started. Nat was right there in the picture, and Elise's nerves were already threadbare. Every awkward breakfast, every shady disappearance out with friends, and every whispered worry about money stacked up until it felt like nobody was just telling the truth anymore. All those late-night DMs, all the rumors about who slept on whose couch, it all led back to the shadow of Elise's trust fund. Was Josh ever really in this for her? Or was he playing a long game for a payout her family kept trying to protect? Chris didn't make things easier. Watching him play third wheel or honestly emotional referee was like having a live audience for secrets nobody wanted out. Josh told him everything, or almost everything, and Elise clocked every side-eye between them. Sometimes Chris laughed off the drama, but sometimes he looked like he was holding back the kind of truth that lands friendships in the ER. And when Josh and Elise inked each other's names, the group's disbelief hit a fever pitch. Was this their version of forever? Or a breakup coupon with no expiration date? Emma kept asking questions that never got answered, her suspicion never quite dying. Did Elise even want Josh? Or was Rob always in the background, some irresistible maybe? Was the tattoo about love, or about trapping someone who already wanted out? Suddenly, a text leaks in the group chat, screenshots, late-night confessions, hints that Elise might have more feelings for Rob than she admits. Out of nowhere, Josh turns pale, the lines in his face harder than ever before. If you thought the worst was over, get ready, because the next reveal is about to turn every old fight into an all-out war. Suddenly, it's not gossip whispered in the bathroom anymore, but screenshots flying through the group chat. Every ping a new accusation. Messages get weaponized, receipts dropped at the worst possible moment, and Emma's voice keeps rising as she reads off texts that sound like proof but only twist the knife deeper. Whose version of the truth matters more, Emma's heartbreak or Elise's denial? In the kitchen, Josh stands silent, holding his phone like it's about to explode, and for once the loudest guy in the room is the most careful with his words. Around him, so-called friends turn into detectives, dissecting each emoji, each typo, each accidental late-night like. The energy shifts, alliances flip, and loyalty is softer than memory foam in a heatwave. Emma's voice goes raw as she lays it out for anyone who will listen. She feels humiliated, played, like she risked everything admitting she cared about Rob, only for Elise to slide right in. But Elise, with her eyes starting to shine in that way you see before the tears fall, swears this is all wrong. Is Emma seeing betrayal where there's only old flings and bad timing? Or is Elise spinning stories because facing the truth would mean risking it all, including that relationship with Josh that's become equal parts shelter and storm? Now Josh finally speaks. He looks Elise in the eyes and asks the question everyone is scared to say out loud. If her dad forced her to pick between him and the trust fund, where would she stand? Her answer stumbles. Her gaze drops, and the room feels smaller as everyone waits for the truth she won't or can't say. In that moment, history crashes back in. Every time Josh didn't stick up for her, every hint that money means more than memories, every fresh fight that's really an old one in disguise. You think this is as tense as it gets, but wait, Elise is about to show where her heart truly lies, and the fallout could flip everything. Friendships in this circle were never as solid as they looked on Instagram, and tonight, with the air charged from days of half-truths and hidden resentments, every connection is under the harshest kind of spotlight. Chris barely speaks, but doesn't let Emma out of his sight. Sometimes he's her rock, sometimes he looks like he wants to disappear into the floor, especially when Emma starts unraveling. She admits, right there with everyone half listening and half glued to their phones, that catching feelings for Rob wasn't part of her plan. That she told Elise about it because she thought trust was something they still had. Emma's pain cuts deeper than she can say. The worst kind of betrayal isn't about physical cheating. It's about being made to feel like you were never in the running to start with. And here she is, her trust in tatters, asking out loud if she was ever enough for anyone in this house. Elise hears every word but can't make herself small enough to avoid the spotlight. Her defenses crumble, and what started as low-key side eyes erupts into shouting, the kind that shakes the walls and sends producers hustling for backup. Elise insists she's not guilty, and Emma fires back that the only thing worse than betrayal is someone pretending to be your friend while twisting the knife. In the chaos, Nat's old accusations get dug up again, her voice still echoing through the group like a curse nobody can shake off. Every receipt, every rumor, all the leftover heartache, it all comes back, and you can see it in their exhaustion. The way apologies come out flat and accusations come loud. For one stretch that feels endless, nobody trusts anyone, and everyone wonders if their secrets will catch up tonight. Just as it seems someone's about to walk out for good, the energy snaps out of breath and words. Emma and Elise drop their arms and let the fight die. It isn't closure, but it is a moment where both realize anger isn't fixing anything. Maybe there's some relief as the volume drops, but beneath it is a new tension. Nothing's healed, everyone's bruised, and trust is paper thin. Jealousy lingers, insecurity bubbles up, and the search for validation turns friendships into battlegrounds, where even the smallest slight gets magnified until it breaks something real. If you're guessing that any of these couples or friendships are safe, don't, because the next breakdown could be legendary. And what comes after won't look anything like what came before. When the fighting stops, the silence feels heavy, a thick stew of disappointment and relief that settles over the aftermath party like fog. Faces still show bites from the night's words, eyes search for small comforts among snacks and stale jokes, and nothing about this group feels quite the same. Josh lingers by the window, hands in pockets, looking out at a city that's always promised a fresh start but rarely delivered. Elise stands by the drinks, fiddling with her phone, replaying every moment from Australia that led her here. Was flying halfway around the world for love about second chances? Or was it just another missed sign that some stories can't be rewritten, no matter how much longing gets poured into the ending? Every gesture between Josh and Elise feels loaded. The fingertips that don't touch, the glances that hold too long. You can see the scars from every rumor and money fight linger on Josh's face. And for a flicker, he finally drops his quiet. He tells Elise that maybe love was real at the start, but somewhere along the road, it got warped by everyone else's opinions. All the half-finished sentences about Nat, the suspicious looks whenever money came up, the insults that always found a way back to old wounds. Questions last longer than answers here. Had Elise really moved on from Rob, or was a piece of her heart always looking over her shoulder? Was Josh angry about betrayal, or terrified of being on the outside of a trust fund life he could never claim? Practical lessons come with the fallout. If loyalty can shift on a rumor, trust never really existed. If every intimate moment gets recounted in a group chat later, privacy is a fantasy. The pressure to perform perfect love when every insecurity is weaponized by friends is the slow poison of modern relationships. Elise wonders if survival means hardening up, or if it means risking being open one more time, with nothing but hope as armor. Josh weighs his pride against his desire to forgive, and for one honest second, they both admit what viewers have known for weeks, that loving someone is easier than trusting them. And once trust is cracked, every future looks cloudy. As the night lurches toward dawn, conversations wind down into quiet speculation. Chris checks his phone more than he talks, watching for a DM that could start a new subplot. Emma paces through the kitchen, torn between letting go and hunting for more proof she was wronged. Somewhere outside, Nat posts a vague Insta story, and the group chat lights up again with fresh paranoia. Rob, always half in and half out, leaves the door wide open for a sequel of his own making. The open loops stay open. Nobody has forgotten the trust fund, the tattoos, or the promises that got broken in the heat of the moment. Each of these threads is waiting to snap or tangle again, and you know reunion specials are never far off. It feels like answers are just a text away, but tonight, the only message that arrives is the one that stuns even the most jaded among them. Elise's phone vibrates twice in her palm, her eyes widen, and the room goes dead quiet. The tension resets. Whatever happened tonight isn't over, not by a long shot, and the person reaching out now may not have been seen on camera yet. Maybe it's a confession, maybe revenge, maybe a lifeline for a broken friendship. But it's the kind of twist that empties the whole house of sleep. When secrets turn into action, even the coldest relationships can explode back to life, and there's no telling whose side you'll be on by the time the credits roll. If you think you've seen drama, you're not ready for what's about to hit this group. There's always one last secret, one more confession, and one more chance for everything to get even messier. I'm Oliva, and this is Reality Sport. If tonight left you speechless, wait for my next video, where the story you thought ended here starts all over again. Drop your wildest predictions below, because this is one party that never lets anyone leave untouched.